Where I am now, better than before. Through those open doors, where I am now, where I am now, I'm in a special place. I tender love and grace. Where I am now. It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, where I am now. And if you'd like to see us live in WGPL 1350 studio, WMVA 88.9 FM studio, all you have to do is go to Edward Everett's Facebook page or Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page, and guess what? You can see us live right here in WGPL 1350 studio. And if you want to hear us all over the world, all you have to do is go to 1400 AM or 1350 AM. Just click and you can hear us all over the world. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning. This is a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Would you, could you, will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbor.
Yeah.
On WGP 1350 AM. Listen.
Peace. 95.3 FM and WPCE 1400 AM and 88.9 WMVA.
Facebook Live is on and popping. Let's also welcome Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll shout you out later on in the show.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Like, share, comment, subscribe. Go to Crystal Records 1 at YouTube right now and subscribe to our channel. We'll shout you out later on in the show.
You know, just before we get started, I want to say happy birthday to one of my great friends, Mr. Chester Benton. Happy birthday to you, Chester.
Happy birthday to my brother, Dempsey Williams. I'm just excited about him. He's getting ready to have a wonderful anniversary, him and his wife, Cindy. And it's going to be a really great celebration this weekend. So looking forward to that. But it's good to be back. Mr. E, welcome back. Mr. E, you've been gone for a long time. Folks been asking about you.
I'm back.
You're back. I hope you had a wonderful time. Did you woosah, detox? Did you do everything you wanted to do on your great vacation?
I did everything that I wanted to do. I woosah, I detox, I had meditation time, I spent great time, I got a lot of energy, I did a lot of swimming, and so I'm back.
Well, I'm not back officially. I'm still on vacation, but I'm back here in the studio. Glad to be back. I tell you what, it is a beautiful day. We're expecting a little bit of rain here in the Hampton Roads area, a little warm, but other than that, it's the day the Lord has made, and we shall be glad and rejoice.
That's right, and give him glory and honor.
I tell you what, I had a great weekend. Hope your weekend was wonderful out there. But we also have our current job list.
That's right. If you're looking for a job, a needed job, and the kids are going back to school, just remind you that the United Postal Service just got a raise that they're making $45 an hour at the United Postal Service. So congratulations to them. They're hiring. Federal Express is hiring. Twitter and Home Depot, Lowe's, and even down to Ford Motor Company, they're doing some hiring. So just in case you need a job, go on down there and get that job. I want to let you know also that HR Cap is looking for a pre-K teacher, Virginia Care Leading Service Delivering Coach, a youth counselor they're looking for?
Very good. St. Columba, Ecumenical Ministries Day Center Assistant is needed. The Children's Center, TCC, Accounting Manager needed. Pre-K teacher, a site supervisor, speech language pathologist, and more.
The United Jewish Federations of Tidewater are looking for office service administrator. Bay Agent is looking for option counselor, VDC, community action and housing case manager, a FICO assistant, and an option counselor, VDC.
All right, Boys and Girls Club of Southeast Virginia Development and Campaign Coordinator needed. We have the Catholic Charities of Eastern Virginia Accounting Assistant, Eastern Shore Mobility Mentor, has a mentor in Eastern Shore, another one. Also, a Thrive Long-Term Mentor.
Wow, wow.
And Eggleston, they need a development coordinator.
So now that you got it, you can go get you a job.
Go get a job. Plenty of jobs out there. They're adding so many jobs monthly. A lot of people are back. A lot of people have created jobs, Mr. E. But those that are out there and feel like there's nothing, get a hold of this list that's already on our Facebook page, LinkedIn. You can go wherever we are, and you're gonna find this listing. We're gonna try to get it to you every week.
That's right. All you got to do is follow us, and you'll see the job listing.
Yeah. So, Mr. E, congratulations to the youngins that are back.
Yes.
Not all of them. Chesapeake still has to get back to school after Labor Day, but for those that are out there looking all good and shiny and ready, congratulations to you all. You made it through the summer, and it's time to get to work.
And so we want to advise all of us parents and drivers and things of that nature out there. Please, 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 school is back in session. Pay close attention so that you won't hit a child. Now, here's something that you may not know, or you may know, that on the side of the buses, there are cameras. Okay. They said that if they take your picture, if you don't stop for the bus as the bus is stopping, that's a $250 fine. Once they take your picture and develop the film, guess what? You didn't stop, you got a fine.
That's one thing you don't play with on the road, buses and trucks. Be careful, I'm telling you, because they have a lot of rules and regulations concerning our children and people driving and not waiting for them to, not waiting for the bus to stop and have kids get off and on. It's reasonable rules and regulations.
That's right.
We're going to be talking about that on Wednesday, and we hope as we do our What's Under the Hat issue concerning men, that we talk to our fathers who can be very instrumental in making sure the children are in school safe, that they get a great education, because you are promoting and helping them to develop as well-rounded youngins. And so, and on Friday, our school bus safety tips, we're going to do that as well.
And don't knock the system, because the first day of school for some, we know it's out of whack. We know that they're getting used to a new procedure, because some schools has that metal detectors in there. Yes. Some schools, you see a lot of mayors, you see a lot of police hanging around. Yes. You see a whole lot of that. Now, they're getting very strict in this instance, so that's why I want to say folks need to get your book, because bullying is right underneath your nose. They need to get that book, because if you caught bullying somebody, they no longer has to wait 5 days to advise you. So what they gonna have? They got 24 hours,
absolutely,
to let you know that your child is bullying somebody.
Schools now, and we'll talk about it on Wednesday, Friday. It's no nonsense. They don't have time for playing. There's too many lawsuits out here. Too many incidents are happening in the school, and we got to teach our kids about bullying. We got to teach about school safety. We got to teach them about educating themselves, and the fact that this is their job. And we also have to make sure teachers are able to teach in the classroom. We'll talk about that more, obviously, on Wednesdays and Fridays. But today is Monday. Sports Oh,
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This is sports talk. So get your helmet, get your football pad, get your gloves, and get your pen and piece of paper, because football is in
oh
the air.
my
Yeah.
goodness. In the air, it's right around the corner, but we're going to just kind of cover the preseason highlights, things that are happening, and, people are getting really excited. Missy, I'm sure that you've been keeping your eyeball on your
That's
team.
right.
Let's
That's
just
right.
start
That's
talking.
right.
Let's start from the beginning. Let's just start right there at the Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys, and what's happening preseason.
Well, Miss Hinton, this is week 4. This is the final week
Yes.
for preseason. So, the Cowboys had to show out. They
Oh,
really
I
had to.
know it.
They had to bring. They got a new quarterback, number 5, that's going to step in along with Dak. So we had picked up a new quarterback. But ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know that the Cowboys, they did an outstanding job as they shut out the week 4 season. They did one of the greatest jobs that one could ever want. They beat their final team.
What's the score?
31, 31, 31. And Miss Hinton, they beat their final team.
And who did they play?
They played against the Raiders.
Raiders.
They played against LA Raiders.
Oh my goodness.
They played against the Raiders, and Miss Hinton, they beat the Raiders off the banner. I mean, they tore them off the frame, and I said to myself, "Hey, look at them boys. Them boys look some kind of good during this preseason time."
Well, Miss E, did you follow them as they train? I mean, did you see any highlights from training camp and who's standing out already? Who didn't show up for preseason? Because they don't all show up. They don't all play preseason. They kind of preserve certain ones.
Miss Hinton, they had a few that want to stand out. They stayed on the sideline. But the Cowboys went to work on the Raiders, and the score was 31-16.
Oh,
yeah.
You all just showed off.
Well, we had to do it because we got everything that's needed for a football team on paper just as well as on the field. Listen, I want everybody to know, you're hearing me today. I want you to know that you gonna be, if you don't get with them boys, if you don't get with them boys, you soon will see that them boys ain't taking no mess this year.
What's so good about it?
Well, Miss Hinton, they got a brand new facelift. They got brand new people that's on the squad. They got a great chemistry with one another. The defense is off the chain. The offense has added another African American quarterback to the roster. So when Dak came, the other one will. So 4 and number 5. So they looking good. They looking good. See, here's the thing that you got to remember. Only thing the offense has to do is score points, and the defense got them on lock.
Oh my goodness.
So that's right. So in the final week this week, the Cowboys beat the Raiders. I'm not calling no name because I got a lot of folks that are listening to me.
Around here.
I found out that he was a Raider fan. That fella by the name of Cedric Bailey.
Cedric Bailey. Oh my goodness, right. He is a Raider.
He's an undercover Raider fan.
Oh, I tell you what. The Raiders, you all gonna have to come off because you got Cowboys beat you. We're gonna find out who's next in the schedule in a minute. But well, you all on a good start. That's gravy. Who else has played? Who else is making their mark? And what teams can we look forward to really go for?
When we look at 4-4, the last 4 games, we'll find that everybody is starting out doing wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
The 4th game, the Pittsburgh Steelers,
wow.
They beat the Atlanta Falcons 24-0. So that's a great turnaround for the Steelers. That said, the Bumblebees are back. And then you look at the Eagles. The Eagles, that was the number 1 Super Bowl team last year.
They lost to the Indianapolis Colts.
Again,
27 to 13. So, Miss Hinton, they supposed to be, everybody looking for the Eagles because they won last year to be, they said they got the hardest games this year. So they're looking for them to be on point.
Maybe they're not bringing the big boys out yet. Maybe they kind of like holding back,
Preseason,
just something fun to do, until it's time for, the real thing.
September the 7th is the real McCoy.
Absolutely.
So that's next week. So they should have gave their starters an opportunity to play in the last preseason game. The Detroit Lions. Oh, that's my brother's team. The Detroit Lions played against the Carolina Panthers. They beat the Carolina Panthers 26 to 17. The New England Patriots. That's where Ezekiel, used to be the running back for the Dallas Cowboys. They lost to the Tennessee Titans. Jude Joyner, 26-27. That's Jude Joyner's team. He's a Tennessee Titans. The 49ers, my friends out there in Oklahoma. You lost, brother. You lost 23 to 12. They beat y'all. The Chargers beat them.
Oh my.
Then the Bills. I got so excited when I saw them lost. Now here's the team they say you got to look out for this year. Them Chicago Bears.
Really?
They say you got to look out for them Chicago Bears, but the Chicago Bears, they lost in their final 24 to 21.
They played Buffalo?
They played against the Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo is good.
Now to Seattle Seahawks, they lost to the Green Bay Packers. They didn't need Aaron Rodgers anyway. They beat the Seahawks 19 to 15, and the Cardinals, they beat the Minnesota Vikings 18 to 17 as of August the 26th on Saturday. Then the Kansas City Chiefs won against the Cleveland Browns by 1 point. Mahomes, he got out there and did a wonderful, wonderful job. The New York Giants, they supposed to be in our district, which they are. They supposed to be who we play. That's who the Dallas Cowboys kick off with when we play September the 2nd. 7th will be against the New York Giants, but they lost to the New York Jets. 32 to 24.
How interesting.
The Commanders won. That's what some people say. That's the Redskins. That's whatever.
Football team only known as the Redskins.
Yeah, the Commanders. They beat the Cincinnati Bengals 21 to 19. And
you don't go past that yet.
Okay.
I'm telling you, and see, nobody want to believe what I have to say about the Redskins or the Commanders. I got a feeling that they're going to do pretty good this season.
Well, Miss Hinton, there's a lot of people that's Commander players like Denise, like Katrina Brown, like Mark Howard. All of them folks that are, I want to tell you that you're going down the wrong path.
I mean, preseason has been pretty good for them.
That's preseason.
I understand.
Now, when you get into the real game to get bang, bang, bang,
I understand. But sometimes preseason kind of like gives you a window of what it could be.
Well,
with the new owners and just they revamp their style, their name. You never know.
Miss Hinton, when we talk about the Commanders, first of all, let's go to pause and rewind. First of all, they got to find a place to call home. That's one. Their ET had a home.
But that may be their motivation.
So they gotta find a place to go call home. They gotta get off the high school football grounds and playing because now the high school teams are going back to school.
Oh, that's shame.
Now
you're saying that they're equal to the youngins.
That's right. They're equivalent to the youngins. So the Commanders, well, you gotta look out, and we hope you the best this year. But you got Bo Weaver got more than one home, so y'all got to find a home. So they beat the Cincinnati Bengals 21 to 19. Miss Virginia Sawyer, my auntie. guess what? You got to find a home. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they didn't need Tom Brady anyway. Everybody said that Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tom Brady's team, that they couldn't make it without TB. They won against the Ravens. They won against OBJ. They won against what's his name? The new quarterback.
Absolutely.
They won against the not new quarterback, Lamar. They won against Isaiah, the wide receivers. Well, they won against them by 6 points. Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat the Ravens. So
I want you to rewind back to the Chiefs and the Browns.
Okay.
I kind of like feel as though we have to watch this a little bit too.
Which one, the Browns or the
Both
Chiefs?
of them.
Well, Kansas City, everybody already been watching them because Mahomes, he played football like he playing soccer and basketball. He knows the game. So they won 2 years ago, I think. And when they won, they beat everything out of the box. He played injured, he played hurt, but he's back. He's back. So the Cleveland Browns is good. Steve Harvey's team, and so Steve Harvey, he said that that's his team and that they're going to do something better this year.
We shall see.
And then the Miami Dolphins, they lost to the Jaguars 31-18. But them Cowboys, I'm back down to them boys.
Proud of them
Jerry
boys.
Jones said this. He got on Facebook and sent a slogan out. He said, if you talk so much about them Cowboys, if you talking about them Cowboys, every breath that you take is about them boys, then you must be a Cowboy.
I would like to see them go all the way, Mr. E. What do you think? They have a chance.
They have a chance to go all the way. Listen, they got a chance to take it on paper. They got a chance to take it on the field.
Oh, man. Well, I tell you what, we are gearing up September the 7th.
That's right. September the 7th, the Dallas Cowboys plays against the New York Giants. That's in our division. Listen, here's one that you might scream all over the making the mercury goes up on the board. That the Denver Broncos played against the Rams.
And how did that turn out?
41-0.
Oh, right now. They won't do nothing out there.
41-0. Nothing. Wow. I mean, so now you gotta look out for Denver. So I'm saying look out for Denver because Denver, look, they ain't playing. Now, last night game, the Texas beat the New Orleans Saints. So they beat them 17-13. It was close. That was a close game. They lost by 4, but it was just trying to, get the last ending up there. Trying to get the last few folk up there. The telephone lines are dialed today if you want to talk about your team and want to put your input in, because now we're getting ready to go to September the 7th when the season finally starts. That's 757-624-9475. That's the telephone number. If you want to give your team a shout out, if you want to root your team on, just give us a call, 757-624-9475. That's the telephone number to dial.
Well, how excited are you? Mr. E, September 7th kicks off everything. Do we have the schedule?
Yes, we got the schedule starting September the 7th. The Chiefs plays the Lions.
Oh, wow.
And then at September the 10th, the Browns plays the Bengals. And Texas plays the Ravens, and Tampa Bay Buccaneers play against the Minnesota Vikings. The Carolina Panthers played against the Atlanta Falcons. The Commanders plays against the Cardinals. Yeah, that should be a loss right there. The Jaguars play against the Colts. The Steelers, listen, Alvin Brooks, if you're listening, I want to let you know the 49ers play against the Steelers. That's an L for the Steelers. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's going to be a good game.
That's going to be a good game. And since the Tennessee Titans won yesterday, they're going to be playing against the Saints. So that's a win for the Saints. Now watch this. Cedric Baylor, I don't mean to blow your horn or knock your whistle down, but y'all are playing against Broncos. You're playing against Denver Broncos. The Raiders will be playing against them on September the 19th, and that's an L for the Raiders.
Yes.
And then it's a win for the Eagles because they're playing against the New England Patriots. You know, that so the Eagles going to win, and the Seahawks
What
playing
did you
against.
just say?
That's an L.
You said the Eagles are gonna win.
The Eagles going to win.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going with the Eagles, and that's an L for the Patriots. The Rams and the Seahawks. Well, I'm going with the Seattle Seahawks on the 10th. The Miami Dolphins and playing against the Chargers. Well, that's
What's that?
I'm gonna
What's
throw
that?
that
Let's
up
see.
in the air. I'm gonna throw that up in the air. The Chicago Bears plays against the Green Bay Packers. Now y'all wanted Aaron to be there, but guess what? He can't be in two places. So Chicago,
Well,
that's an
Miss
L
Lee,
for
tell me
you.
about Chicago Bears. I mean, what have their seasons been like? Maybe
Well,
the last few seasons.
Chicago Bears, which is Edward Johnson's team, they couldn't beat the back of a barn. I mean, they couldn't beat.
That's cold.
They couldn't spell beat. They couldn't even get out of the bed and beat. Chicago Bears just didn't come to play. They just come to wear the uniforms and say
That's
that we
cold.
there. But I heard it through the grapevine that the Chicago Bears will be back in high standards this year,
Hmm.
starting September the 10th at 4 o'clock p.m. They're playing against the Green Bay Packers.
Oh,
James Luther,
wow.
look out, boy. Cheesehead, y'all better look out because the Bears are coming to
Well,
town.
they won their preseason this last game,
That's
right?
right. The Chicago Bears won, and the Green
And the
Bay
Green Bay.
Packers
That's
also
right.
they won. Then here's the ball. This is what everybody's sitting on the edge of the seat gonna want to see: the Cowboys
Versus
playing the
who?
New York
Oh,
Giants.
that's gonna be good.
That's going to be a barn
Yes.
burner, and that's a division team. So the Cowboys and the Giants are in the division, but Giants. Who do I know that's a Giant? There's several folks that's out there that I know that are Giants. Well, the Giants do fall. Giants, they do come tumbling down. So guess what? That's a win for the Cowboys. Cowboys going to do wonderful this year. And
What's gonna make them do so wonderful?
well,
Miss
Miss Hinton, they got it together. They finally found their niche.
Tell
They
us what that
finally
is.
found
Is it a
they,
secret?
it's a TI top secret. I can't tell you.
Okay.
I can let you know that the defense are burning. They are burning. They're amped up. They're ready to go. They're ready to go.
We shall
And
see.
the offense two steppers are get ready.
Well, we
I'm gonna
shall
call them two
see.
steppers. They two steppers, and they get two steps ahead, and they gone. You can look at them. You look at them Cowboys this year.
And
They
they're
gonna say,
ready.
when you look at, they're gone.
We shall see. I want to say good morning to Roberta Carter, Chris Hinton. I hope you're ready for your team. You got your cheering squads and everything ready for these games because we're right here. We got a few more days, Mr. E, and we're ready to go.
Them good old boys. And so you got to learn the cowboy howl this year. So if you're gonna be a cowboy fan, all you got to do is grab back and say, "Ow!"
Miss Lee, name the teams in your division in
Well,
the Cowboys.
in my division, we got the New York Giants, we got the Philadelphia Eagles, we got the Philadelphia Eagles, we got the Commandos will be in our division. So, and we got the Philadelphia. I think the Philadelphia Eagles are in our division.
Very interesting. Well, we're going to be watching. We hope that you watch with us. We're going to be reporting and just keeping our eyeballs on these teams.
That's what it's all about, Miss Hinton, keeping our eyeballs on these teams. So listen, we're going to be opening up the lines for you on Monday. So if your team won, I want you to give a great big shout out. Here's the thing coming up, Miss Hinton. I'm looking for the Steelers. I'm looking for the curtains to go down this year.
Oh.
That's right. I'm looking for the Steel Curtains, Chicago Bears. I'm looking for Ravens, the Philadelphia Eagles to go down. I'm looking for all of those name brand teams or brands.
Really?
They're going down because the only brand that's going to be surfacing this year is them boys.
Oh Lord, what do you all think in the chat? Let me know if you think them boys are ready. I'm gonna be watching them very carefully, Mr. E, this season because you really act like you know something.
Miss Hinton, I also going to be keeping an eye on them Ravens also.
I'm gonna keep my eyeballs on the Commanders.
That's right. Keep your eyeballs on the Commanders, and I hope they don't get bleary during the way because I want to make sure that while you're looking at the Commanders, make sure you get you some more super scoops, some more glass.
Well, I tell you what, it is great sports talk. We're so glad and proud that you all are back with us, and we're going to be recording. We want you all to stay excited, get your team ready, and let's do this. But look, come over here just a few minutes. We're going to give you some upcoming shows and some information from FYI Radio Morning Show. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.
Now, better than before, through those open doors.
For the past 30 minutes, you can listen to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. And for more information, give us a call at 757-714-7861 or inbox us at FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com. Don't forget to have a wonderful, wonderful, beautiful Monday morning and watch out for the little ones and the big ones too.
Wow, Mr. E, I am getting very excited about sports talk and the NFL. Oh man, see, I don't have a team, you all, as you know, but I'm definitely keeping my eyeballs on a few of them.
So why all of a sudden, Miss Hinton, you decide that you want to roll with the Commanders?
And I don't want to roll with them. I want to watch them. I want to see if it makes a difference, them having, new leadership. Or giving them that chance. Is this the second year with them being the commander? I'm curious about them. Okay. What makes a team great? How they can improve? But I'm going to tell you who else I'm going to keep an eyeball on, and that's the Philadelphia Eagles. And the reason I say that is because sometimes you can get a team that can go hard, they get it, they win it, but then the next season it's like, well, is this the same team? I'm going to look and see if they have that same fervor and that same excitement. The guys are playing hard. If they're, really going to do what they did last season, I'm going to keep my eyes on them. Then I'm going to make sure I keep my eyes on like the Ravens. I believe my grandson is rooting too for them. And the Chiefs. I want to know what the Chiefs are going to do. So there are some that I may not have looked at in the past, but I'm going to definitely keep my eyeball on those particular games.
Miss Hinton, when you started talking about keep your eyeballs on, I'm going to look at the Ravens also because the thing about it is I want to see what OBJ going to do. Mm-hmm. He's back in the saddle again. He's back out there working out. I just want to see if OBJ going to be OBJ of the OBJ of the old or he's the new and improved OBJ.
Listen, I was listening to some of the reporting, and I think every year or every so often they bring out new rules, making sure people are safe as they play. We're going to pull those up and just kind of like share with our audience on Sports Talk because they want to make sure that these athletes don't go away broke up, busted up, toe up, and not able to even function.
Miss Hinton, I have a problem with that.
How come?
Because football is no longer football with all this safety precautions. For years. For years. See, this is the thing. A lot of people like football, rough and rugged. You're going to get beat up. You're going to get knocked out.
It used to be rough, rugged, muddy.
That's right. And folks didn't have no helmets on. No. They didn't have no face pad. They didn't have, very little protection. Now, yeah, we know that's a rough and rugged sport. But now you got players that's playing for the money and not the skill. So here's what we got to look at. I'm looking at football, and I'm looking for the rough and rugged sport.
Yeah.
I'm looking for football. I'm looking for folks to be hit high, hit low, you know,
Toe up from the floor
tore
up.
up. I mean, carried out on
I
stretchers,
don't
the whole
think
9 yards.
so.
But here we done changed the dynamics of football. We done made the helmets by Riddle. They, if you touch them, hit them too high in the head, then there's a penalty. Then when you turn
Yeah.
around and they're not scrapping like they used to. That it's a trash talking game.
Mhm.
Football is a trash talking game. You pay X amount of dollars to see a football game or to see like OBJ. OBJ. People know for a fact there's two types of grass. There's the artificial grass and there's the regular grass.
Yes.
So you have to change your shoes on each one of those grass. You got to use some ivory cleats for one, and you got to use some turf toe
Uh-huh.
cleats for the turf toe for the artificial grass. So because one time you're playing on dirt. Now when you switch from playing on dirt, you can't get
Yes.
your footing. So now you're gonna have to play on some artificial grass.
Okay.
Some of the stadiums has changed. Now your footing gonna be, but they got the proper gear for you to wear.
Very good.
That's one. The second thing is that you can't hit a man high and hit a man low. You got to go. Let's say if I'm tackling, we want to really play some good football.
Mhm.
Back in the day, one would go high, the other one would go low. You can't do that now. And not only that,
Yes.
they're looking at your headgear. They're looking at they might as well come out there and put some flags on foot and let them play flag football.
No, Mr. E, I think it's good. The body now, people
It's
are more
football.
fragile and
Look at hockey.
sensitive. These guys can get hurt in a minute, and it could be lifetime injuries. And so I'm for more rules, regulations, and safety, making sure people come away from the sport whole. A lot of athletes, Mr. E, have come away from the sport. I mean, absolutely so arthritis, bad knees, bad necks, and then their minds sometimes that don't stay there when it should be. I would rather see a man retire earlier than come out busted up and ain't no use, can't do nothing.
So tell me, what would you prefer to see? Powder puff football, or would you prefer to see flag football?
We leave that to the kids. But I'm glad that they are stressing safety, because guess what? Sometimes people are vindictive. They have personal vendettas against others, and they could come out there to do great harm to people. I think they should have some rules and regulations and safety precautions.
I think they should have some. That they should have some rules and regulations that you cannot fight a man, you cannot pull the face mask, you cannot choke him or cut him up.
Break his neck.
You
and
can't.
knees
And
and
see,
oh,
I think that what
it's
is
too much.
happening, and I don't mean to say it in a way. Athletes supposed to be well fit. They should never let an athlete out there if
Yes.
he's got ailments.
Okay, I got it.
If you got a bad knee, if you got a tore up ACL, and now you're going out there because you can still play the ball, your chances are what? Slim to none if somebody hits you again. They looking at more precautions because their folks are having heart arrest,
Yes.
heart attacks while they're up there, while they're on the field.
Well, listen, they have this sport now, and I saw it on social media, where somebody's sitting there, standing there, and letting somebody smack the ever-loving mess. See, that's what I'm saying. What is that kind of stuff? It's just something that, to me, just is gonna cause some problems. You got a lot of boxers. Look, you got a lot of boxers that are getting, that have, because all the hitting and pounding. Some of them are just not right. I cannot imagine somebody standing there slapping me. I mean, slapping the mess.
Miss Hinton, just like they got arm wrestling. When they go to arm wrestling one another, the bone pops out of their arm. because they're wrestling. Anything when that sports came around, I said the ones who do that has to be the craziest people in the world to stand up and let somebody slap the mess out you, and
It's the truth.
and then you hit the floor, and then
No, you don't even hit the foot. Those people stand up there, and I mean, they can take it, but it's the hardest hit that I have ever seen in my life. It is amazing.
if you ain't got no teeth, if you ain't got no cheekbones.
But that's a hard face.
But you might well go ahead and lay down and let somebody beat you to death because that's what it's all about.
Well, Mr. E, we are looking forward to this NFL season in a few days. Look, we're getting ready. You all get your teams ready. And look, we're still saying we need to go to a Mr. E has been to one. I need to experience a professional game. I'm putting it in the atmosphere and hoping this year will be the year when I experience the NFL.
When I look at everybody and I see these teams, and I saw a lot of people shopping in there, dusting off their paraphernalia, bringing. I told a guy who's a Redskin fan, don't bring that old mess out. Go get something new.
Well, what are the Commanders going to put out their stuff?
The Commanders
Now?
have a W. They have a
They
W.
got to come up with a little bit
To go and get, because some folks, and if you ask a commander who are some of the players on the team, guess what they tell you? They be like Scooby Doo. You know what they say?
We're going to keep up with it. We're going to let you all know. We're going to serve that too. But Mr. Eden want all our viewers to follow us on social media. Make sure you go to Crystal Records 1 at YouTube, CRISTO Records 1. And go to all our other pages and follow and like and share and comment. We would appreciate it very, very much if you all would do that for us. Also, Bullvik, the game Bullvik, we're going to tell you all more and more about it as we continue. We're going to be promoting it, marketing it, and the kids are in school now, so they're going to get a whiff of what's going on. We're going to have an anti-bullying rally. I will give you the date as soon as it's confirmed. Don't forget, bullying is right underneath your nose. Get the book; it's online. Bullvik, you can actually go for your Androids from Google Play. Go to your Google Play store for your Apple.com for your iOS, iPads, iPhone. Go there. Get Bullvik. That's B-U-L-V as in victory. I-C. Bullying is right underneath your nose. It's in English, Spanish, Audible. Download, hard copy. Ebook, get that online as well. And don't forget, again, Young Women Achieving Success Mentoring Program. We are recruiting young ladies 10 to 17. I'm going to put a QR code online, and you all will be able to scan it and get information and register your girls for the program. But if you want to be a special guest intern or sponsor, Mr. E has that too.
Ms. Hinton, just before we do that, let's give some great big shout out to one of the 26-year-old Simone, the gymnastic, 26, the oldest gymnastic women's champion that's playing the game today. She did a wonderful job yesterday, 3.9 points ahead of Miss Jones for the all-around silver medalist in 2022.
Yes.
So if you'd like to be a special guest sponsor, FYI, all you have to do, pick up the telephone and give us a call at 757-714-7861, or inbox us at Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda Lady Hinton Facebook page, our FYI Facebook page, or you can go to FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com. Again, that's FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com.
And also, watch out. We may be on this evening, may not. I'm on staycation. Mr. E is back, but I'm not sure how we're going to be. We may not be on this Monday, but just come back on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Great show for you. And then on Friday, we have some other things that we're going to share. But be blessed. Have a wonderful day and enjoy yourself.
That's right. Don't forget, for more information, give us a call at 757-714-7861 or inbox us at FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com. If you'd like to be a special guest sponsor of the most talked about 7 years running on all social media platforms and all 4 radio stations. Just holler at us, because we bring you nothing but the best.
Annie Miles, thank you for chiming in. What did she say?
Just popped up, couldn't get through, but good morning to fam. Love you all.
Good morning, Annie Miles and Chris and Roberta. Thank you all for sharing. Thank you all for coming on to be with us and for your support. We're going to see you later on, Missy.
Ain't Annie Miles a redskin?
I'm not sure. Annie Miles, we can't even say that no more. They don't want to say
I mean, I'm sorry, a commander.
that. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. You all will tune in on Mondays especially, and we're going to talk more about our teams and what's going on. So be blessed. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.
2 up, 2 down, VA. Bye now.